Hello, folks. It's Fez here. Um, First thing, I want to apologize for taking so long to do this video, and I've just been held up by a lot of things over the months. I wanted to talk about a couple of things that have been on my mind lately, and one is, uh, well, you guys from King Dolphin, from Fet Stream, and Bear Norman tag streams a few years ago, and other places I've been and participated in, whether on screen or in the chat. I generally try to be a nice guy. I love to laugh. I love to have fun. And a few things have had me down lately. One is, I'm not going to say the guy's name, but this fellow, I'm sure you've seen the videos by now, of this scumbag from Ephrata, PA, that went into Mount Moriah Cemetery in Philadelphia and dug up over 100 bodies. Whether he dug them up or they say he rappelled down into some of the mausoleums, and that's just disgusting on the surface of it, especially since I've been to that cemetery. And some of the mausoleums he robbed are ones that I was at when I visited there in 2012. And the place was really overgrown. It was like something out of the opening scene of Indiana Jones, just horribly overgrown. But this guy went in and stole over 100 bodies, including 3 babies and at least one 14-year-old girl. And, it would be very easy for me to say what kind of deranged mental retard would do that kind of thing, but I'm not going to waste my time asking about that. I know what kind of people do that, and they're beyond all help. And it just really bothers me. You don't mess with kids when they're alive, let alone after they've passed away. You let them rest in peace. Now, the same for anybody else. Just leave them rest in peace. Whatever you believe in or don't believe in doesn't matter. It's always been a tradition among humanity, really, that when somebody dies, you leave their body alone. Yeah, we've had grave robbers through the years. Everybody knows the story of Burke and Hare and the medical schools and all this. But at least in my lifetime and the lifetime of our country, that hasn't been a huge thing. But, and I mean, to steal these bodies, to sell them, to sell the bodies of babies and kids, let alone adults. Some of these people were very honorable people who lived a good life and deserve to rest in peace. They should be left alone. And, the one body they found, a pacemaker. So that's not an ancient body. That's, 1970s and onward. And it just really has me angry and sad and just ticked off beyond belief. The other was a bunch of people, again, whose names I'm not going to say, including one former journalist, better known as the Eternal Asshole, who invaded a church last week, and they started cursing and yelling at little kids who are with their families, harmlessly worshiping their God and being peaceful people. And these are just nice people, gone to church. And it really ticks me off what happened there. And I've had to take the time over the last couple of weeks to calm down from these things because I have a temper and it's a pretty bad one. And believe me, you don't want to be on that side of me. And I've worked a long time to control that temper and tried harder to be a good guy. Tried very hard to be a nice guy, somebody who loves to laugh and enjoy the friendships I've had, and still have with, you know, the crowd that comes into King Dolphin TV or Fet for Hire or Paranorman Tag or, you know, Comic Relief Crusader, a great guy. You know, I'd rather laugh with them than be angry with other people. And this is where, you know, I keep telling myself remarkable restraint is a gift I give myself. And that's true because the less anger I have towards people, the happier I am. And I've got a lot of things to be unhappy about. The way the country's going, you know, a lot of the pressures, financial situations, this, that, and the other thing. We've all got our problems that we have to deal with. And it's not easy, but you know, you take it day by day and you try to avoid the bad stuff, try to concentrate on the good things in life, the good people in life. And you know, being a Mason and Master of my Lodge again this year, my brothers have been a huge help since I became a Mason in 2011, in just helping me be a better man and to be less angry and to have more fun and to know, along with all my friends on YouTube, that I'm not alone in this world. And that, you know, even though I lost my sister back in 2019 to cancer, you know, I'm not alone. There's people who have my back, people I can run to, and if I have to yell at somebody, I have a brother I can yell at, and he won't take offense. I have friends I can yell at, and they will let me vent and not take offense. So I consider myself very, very lucky in many ways to have those great people. And of course, you see the flag back there, proud to be an American. And I've been proud of my country for a very long time. It goes back to when the first space shuttle went up, and John Chancellor on NBC was a news commentator, and he mentioned that, you know, our country has had a lot of problems, a lot of black marks, a lot of bad decisions made along the way, and a lot of failures. But he pointed out when the shuttle went up successfully that some things this country does pretty damn well. And I am still hopeful that we're going to get to July 4th without the country imploding completely, and that we'll continue to be a great country. But I have my worries about that. I see a lot of things happening in the world. So, you know, it's kind of a depressing thought sometimes, and that does get to me. But on top of all that, the good thing is I just want to say hello to everybody out there, wish you the very best, and hope that you'll understand that now and again, yeah, I get into some really down moods, and sometimes I get really angry, and I have to just walk away from a lot of things. But, you know, being a Mason and having the friends I have makes all the difference. Love to you all. God bless. And have a great night. Don't forget King Dolphin tomorrow, I believe 5 o'clock. Great show, great people. Fed for Hire, I believe, is doing his stream at 9 o'clock. Don't forget to be there. Also check out Comic Relief Crusader. And I believe Anti-Derivative Jill has something coming up soon. She's a great gal and very knowledgeable. So everybody take care. We'll see you later on. Thanks.